You ever start up a video game and you instantly just know that you're in for something special? That was me with Expedition 33, or as the French would say, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. No, they don't say it like that at all. But yeah, I started a game and within a couple of minutes, I was like, okay, this is nice, right? This is going to be good. There was no overlong cutscenes, no drawn out lore dumps, just straight immersion right into this brand new world, this brand new IP that I mean, it just felt like it was going to be an adventure. Now, the kind of intro that didn't shout at you, it somehow still hit you with emotion right at it. You know, the whole concept of what's going on with the plot. I'm not going to ruin the story for you guys, but it's smooth, it's stylish, it's confident. This team that worked on the game knew what they were doing when they put this game. It had a lot of TLC in it. So let's talk about the price point. I'm playing this on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, it's on. You don't got to pay nothing, but it's about a $50 price game. And I think on Steam, it's even cheaper. I think they literally had a sale out the gate. But if you have this on Game Pass, play it. This game is right off the bat worth the value of it. I mean, compared to most of the games now that are like 60, $70, you're getting something special without breaking the bank. So this game does teach you the ropes invisibly. Like, it's not overly tutorially. You get taught right away how to combat, how to battle, how to explore, and it doesn't feel like it's forcing a tutorial on you. In fact, a lot of the tutorials later on in the game, when you get a brand new party member, are optional. You don't need them. But it's almost invisible. There's no boring tutorials, no pop-up walls of text. It just kind of flows naturally, and you learn this game by playing it, and that alone makes you feel like you're part of this world right away, which a lot of RPGs tend to not do that. I think the single most important thing with RPG games is immersion, and I think it respects your intelligence. And honestly, I think it's refreshing to see it, especially when you see how small of a studio that this company that made this game is. Now, let me say my most favorite thing of this, and right from the title screen was the soundtrack. Right, insane. It legit might be one of the best soundtracks that I've ever heard in a video game. There's a level of emotion in the music that hits hard. There's melancholy, hope, tension. It's all there, and it ties into every single moment of the game, whether you're in a boss fight or you're just wandering through the map exploring, through like quiet parts of the world. The music makes it unforgettable, and I like that in a lot of RPG games. I think the RPG genre has some classic heavy hitters as far as music goes. I mean, like Final Fantasy, for example, classic. Now, about the combat, that's the most important thing because it's turn-based, and that was a selling point. A lot of people are retro gamers like myself. They like turn-based combat, but this is way more than just your typical turn-based setup. It's got that classic RPG feel like Final Fantasy, but it mixes in the timing and pressure of Persona. So if you play like Persona games, has a little bit of that. In fact, I would say it even has a little bit of Dark Souls grit to it as well. You can't just button mash your way through this. Every decision that you make in combat counts, and when you win, it feels earned. There was a few boss fights, like the Lamplighter boss, that gave me some trouble. Even when I dumbed the difficulty down, I still had some problems. This game does punish you if you don't grind. So, of course, you got to grind. You got to get your loadouts correctly. There's plenty of weapons and plenty of these power-ups called Pictos. Each character can get 3 Pictos, and they give you certain abilities, certain buffs. And then the weapons as well have certain buffs, and there's skill trees for each character where there's different power-ups and different abilities. So grinding away is necessary, of course, as with any RPG. And the game eventually will have you hit a wall where a boss might one-shot kill you, and then you spend most of your time doing that. But never did I feel bored by the combat. In fact, as you progress in the game, the combat opens up even more. You discover different types of parries, different blocks, different abilities that add to the challenge. So when an enemy attacks a certain way, you have to push a certain button. It's kind of like quick time events, which usually I don't like quick time events. I feel like it's busy work. But sometimes in intense boss fights in Expedition 33, it actually makes it feel a little bit more exciting, a little bit more action packed. Now, visually, this game's stunning. Not like in the look how realistic this puddle is kind of way, but in that hand painted, artistic, dreamlike way that pulls you in. The atmosphere just has like this whimsical vibe to it. You see like rundown buildings, a steampunk setting in the beginning of the game. It's kind of like a French old school European style with the dressing, and just has, it almost feels like a dream, like I was saying. Every area looks like it belongs in an artist gallery. Also, like, this game is art, and there's plenty of stylish, gorgeous character designs that stand out in a way that so many modern games forget to do, or they actually choose not to do. Like, think of all the woke character designs we've been seeing in video games. All the people in this game look great, especially the female characters. They look beautiful. They have the natural complexion, natural beauty. They're not overly sexualized, but they're also not overly ugly, right? They actually look like normal people. Now, what I really appreciate the most about this game is that it doesn't waste your time. It's not trying to pad out the runtime with filler. There's not like 100 hours of fluff, stupid fetch quests that lead to nothing pointless, and side quests that are just kind of a waste of time. It's a focused 30-hour story that actually respects your time. And in this day and age, if you're busy, a game that is like 30 hours long is welcoming. I could play this in a week and finish it. Now, if you want, there's side quests to add to the time, so it's like another 30 hours, I think, if you want to go on with it. I would say I'm probably about 18 hours into the game. I think I'm in the halfway point. I'm in the middle of Act 2, and I enjoy it. I don't want to stop playing this. I literally sat down and grinded for 3 hours while I was on Words of Paradise's live stream, and I wanted to make this video and talk about it. I think this could be a Game of the Year contender, but there's going to be some things hurting against it. One, it's not woke, and we know how Game Awards shows work. Two, the limit, the 30-hour time, people might be like, oh, well, it's not as epic as this game was, or this and that. Plus, Oblivion came out, Oblivion Remastered, and technically I think that's up for a Game of the Year nominee because it's a remaster, so that might get it. So, no joke, I think this is a pretty good game. I think it's that great to where it should at least get some awards. And the craziest part, like I said, it's made by a small team of around 30 devs. Isn't that wild? Meanwhile, you got massive studios like Ubisoft that are dropping literal bombs like Assassin's Creed Shadows, and duds left and right like Concord and, you know, Sandfall Interactive. This small studio literally blew us away to the point where they sold over 1 million copies. They're breaking records. They already announced that there's possibility for a DLC for this. It's literally a little studio that could. And if you've been waiting for a new RPG that actually brings something fresh, something heartfelt, and something that's just plain fun, then this is it. Expedition 33 isn't just a great game, but it's a reminder of what makes RPGs amazing. So I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're playing this game. What are your thoughts on it down below? If you haven't played it yet, hopefully this convinced you to check it out. It's on Game Pass. Thank you guys. Leave a subscription. I'll see you on the next one.